The United States has crushed cartels, toppled criminal empires, hunted terrorists across the planet. But in the middle of the Cold War, there was one man the U.S. couldn't extradite and couldn't even touch. He didn't hide in tunnels. He didn't run forever. Instead, he negotiated with America. He controlled so much heroin that entire U.S. cities were overdosing on his supply. When Washington tried to destroy him, he outplayed them politically, strategically, and legally. This is the true story of Khun Sa, the only drug lord who ever outsmarted the United States. Where law doesn't exist. To understand Khun Sa, you have to understand the Golden Triangle, a lawless region where Burma, Laos, and Thailand meet. Thick jungle, steep mountains, and no real government control. In the 1950s, this region became a Cold War playground. When Mao's communists took over China in 1949, more than 12,000 nationalist Chinese soldiers fled into these jungles. They were stateless, desperate, and secretly funded by the CIA. America armed them, trained them, and used them as proxy fighters against communist China. Was a teenage boy watching everything. His name was Zhang Qifu. Zhang wasn't officially part of the CIA camps, but he watched every drill. He learned how to move through jungle terrain, how to plan ambushes, how power is built with weapons and loyalty. Most importantly, he learned how foreign powers use local fighters, then discard them. That lesson stayed with him forever. By his early 20s, Zhang formed his own militia. While other warlords fought village to village, Zhang thought bigger. He didn't want to steal opium. He wanted to own the entire system. In 1963, the Burmese government made a deal that would haunt them for decades. They needed help fighting communist insurgents. Zhang offered his militia. In return, the government gave him immunity. He could traffic opium freely as long as he fought their enemies. That single decision created a drug empire. Within years, his army had better weapons than the Burmese military. His labs multiplied across the jungle. His influence spread beyond borders. By the late 1960s, Zhang was untouchable. Until 1969, Zhang was arrested and thrown into prison for treason. Everyone believed his story was over, but prison didn't break him. It reprogrammed him. For 5 long years, he studied strategy, especially the art of war. And from those pages, he adopted one unbreakable rule: no permanent friends, no permanent enemies, only permanent interests. Then in 1973, his followers kidnapped Soviet doctors and forced the Burmese government to release him. Zhang walked free and reborn. He renamed himself Khun Sa, the prosperous prince of the Shan. He wrapped his drug empire in politics. To the world, he was a criminal, but to the locals, he was a freedom fighter. He commanded over 30,000 armed fighters. He operated heroin factories at an industrial scale. 40% of all heroin entering the United States was controlled by him. 1 in every 4 American overdoses could be traced back to his empire. Then in 1977, he made history. He sent a message to Washington: "Pay me $100 million or I will flood your streets with heroin." This wasn't a deal. It was extortion. The United States responded with indictments, bounties, and multinational raids. But Khun Sa never fought America directly. He played jurisdiction. When pressure peaked, he surrendered. Not to the US, but to Burma, a country with no extradition treaty. The deal guaranteed no US trial, no prison, full protection. America was powerless. Khun Sa died peacefully in 2007. Rich, free, never extradited. The only drug lord in history who didn't run from the United States. He outsmarted it.